Bayou Fitness. We've had a couple of requests that maybe we could offer some videos that will give you a brief tutorial on how to use some of the equipment in our location. So that's what we're going to do today. I wanted to start with a leg extension. A leg extension can be used to develop the quadriceps on the front of your legs. You need these to increase the stability in your knee. A lot of people don't realize that they're having knee discomfort because they have weak quadriceps. Sometimes it's for other reasons like tight hamstrings, hip flexors, and things of that nature. We can talk about those things later if you came in and set up a consultation or an appointment with us. But right now, I do want to show you how to use the leg extension machine. The leg extension, there's a few settings on it. We'll set the back to a position that will allow you for when you sit down that your knee will line up with this red access point right here. This red access point is where your knee should hinge, okay? So the sixth position is good for me. If I needed a different position, what I would do is I would pull this pin up, slide it back, or slide it forward, depending on which way I needed to go, depending on how much room I needed. The other position that the leg extension machine has is 1 through 5 selection for the actual leg pad. Depending on what my needs were or depending on what range of motion I wanted to go through would determine which position I would choose on the leg pad. The leg pad could be put on 1 and I would get a full range of motion. I really don't recommend this or even number 2 for anyone that doesn't have a significant amount of experience with the leg extension. You want to know how your body's going to respond to it before you chose that deep of a range of motion. A lot of knee problems or people with knee problems have exacerbated knee problems on this piece of equipment. That doesn't mean you should be afraid of this equipment. You should just use it properly. I'm going to put this out to position number 3. That's where I'm comfortable, and that's pretty much at a 90-degree for the most part. If I wanted to go to 4 or 5, I might use that if I had a difficult time with that deep range of motion, or if I really just wanted to really work on establishing my strength in the range of motion from here to here. Lots of times you'll have a reason why you want to establish your strength and your range of motion from here to here. You might be fairly good here and just have a little bit of a difficult time following through and really finishing out that extension and the contraction of the muscle. So we'll use it for different reasons. Again, if you have any more questions, you can email us at ccrosstraining@gmail.com. You can email us on our bvf.cc website. We also have ccrosstraining.com that is available for reference as well. And of course, you can call us at 228-697-1236. And there's some other numbers that we'll have posted on the website that you can contact us at also if you have any other additional questions. So I'm going to show you how to use this. As I said before, I like it seat position number 3. Once I get into position, I want to make sure my hips are back in this seat. I want to make sure that the lower portion of this back pad is flush against my lumbar. I don't want to have any kind of room in between my hips, lumbar, and this seat, because what happens is the weight that I'm going to put into my legs winds up being absorbed by my lower back, and I can create some lower back problems. Not only that, but I'm not really isolating my quadriceps the way that I need to. I invite other muscles in, and it doesn't do for my quads or quadriceps what it should. So I'm going to make sure I'm pressed back. I want to make sure I'm even in the seat. I like to use my hands for placement sometimes. I can hold on to the seat. This is actually where I prefer to hold on, but there's also these handles that are fairly comfortable, and you might be more comfortable with these. Once I get into position, I'm going to start to lift that weight off of the stack. Now, I'm not going to go to a full lockout. I want to make sure that I have a nice contraction in the quad, but I don't want to go to a full lockout because my knees are a little bit more sensitive. I have had knee problems in the past, so I'm cautious about really putting that much of a load on that, on the tendons and the muscles that are surrounding, without really warming up, 1, first, and 2, really being confident that my knee is in good condition and ready to go for this today. So I do feel good today, but again, I'm still not going to lock out. I'm going to lift up. I'm going to get a nice strong squeeze at the top. I'm going to slow throw it, but I'm not going to let that weight touch back down on that stack. Once that weight touches back down on that stack, the load has come off my quads. All the tension leaves my quads, and I'm no longer working that muscle. Now, it is only for a brief moment, and if you can't keep the tension on the muscles, that's okay. But it's best, you will get the best results, you'll get the best burn, you'll get the best strengthening, and you'll get the best growth of the musculature if you might manage to keep the muscles under tension for as long as possible. So I'm going nice and slow. I'm gonna not let the weight touch back down, and I'm not gonna lock my knees fully out. Now, one more thing I wanna address before we move on to the next piece of equipment, toe positioning. I don't wanna flex the toes back towards me, because when I flex the toes back towards me, I'm engaging my anterior tibialis. And what that does is it takes some of the load off of my quads, so my quads don't do quite as much work. So I'm going to relax my toes, not point them out, but just relax them. They're just neutral. The other thing I need to consider is if I'm having discomfort in my knees in this position, I may try turning my toes out, okay? Or if I'm overdeveloped in the inside of my quad, I'm real thick here, but I don't have much going on out here in the vastus lateralis as opposed to the vastus medialis. If the vastus lateralis needs development, I can also turn my toes in and do some specific training on the vastus lateralis to really help bring some balance back to the quadricep and further stabilize the knee. So that's about the best way to use the leg extension. You can do 10 reps at a weight that's comfortable. I like for those that are a little less experienced with the equipment to go anywhere from 15 to even 25 reps at a lower weight. If you're a little bit more experienced with the equipment, or as you grow and move out of that 15, 25 rep range, you can drop back down to 10 to 15 rep range and increase the weight, maybe 3 to 4 sets. Also, I want to tell you, before I do my leg workout, I like to use this leg extension as a warm-up for my leg presses, possibly squats, lunges, things like that. Really helps to get the blood flowing in these muscles. I'll do it on the lightest possible weight, real high reps, even up to 30 reps sometimes. And that'll get me warm for the rest of the workout. And then I'll come back to this after the workout's almost over. And this will maybe be my last exercise. And I'll finish out the quadriceps by, again, doing something maybe in a higher rep volume, high volume range rather than the low rep, high weight range. So that's the leg extension. And please let us know if you have any questions. We'd be happy to help you with them, okay?